Hi everyone, welcome to this Vinyasa yoga flow. We'll get started in an easy seated posture. You can find one ankle in front of the other, and we'll gently close our eyes here. Beginning to tune into the breath, bringing your breath into your belly space and noticing the rise and fall of the belly. On your inhales, the belly inflates, and on the exhales, belly button draws to spine. Staying connected with this belly breath through the rest of practice. On your next inhale, slowly begin to circle your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Let's find that one more time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, lower your right arm and reach left hand up past your ear, breathing through the left side body. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, switch sides, breathing through the right side body. Inhale, rise back up through center. Reach arms up towards the sky. Exhale, twist over towards the left. Inhale, rise back up through center. Exhale, twist over to the right. On your next inhale, come back through center, bringing your hands down to your knees. We'll begin to find half neck rolls here, so in either direction, breathing through the opening of the neck. Find one more full round here, bringing your head back up through center, beginning to find some shoulder rolls back here. Good. Once you feel complete here, we'll find ourselves in a tabletop position, finding our wrist under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, dip the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, draw the mat away. So finding cat and cows here, moving at your pace. Bringing yourself back to a neutral spine, tuck under the toes. Inhale, lift the knees to a hover. Breathe through the core. On your next exhale, extend through the legs as you reach your hips up towards the sky, downward facing dog, and pedal out here, breathing through the backs of the legs. Keeping your left toes planted, inhale, reach your right heel up towards the sky. Exhale, open out through that right hip. On your next inhale, extend through that right leg. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Lower back knee, finding yourself in a low lunge here. You can bring your hands to your knees to help assist your hips towards the mat. On your next inhale, lower your hands to frame out the right foot. Exhale, find half splits, breathing through the back of the right leg. On your next inhale, return to low lunge. Keep left hand planted. Inhale, reach your right arm up towards the sky. You can lift that back knee if you want more of a challenge. finding easy twist here. Exhale, lower right hand back down to the mat. Step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, open out through that hip. Breathe here. On your next exhale, step your left foot between your hands, lower the back knee. Find yourself in low lunge. Frame out the front knee. Exhale, find half splits. Breathe here. Inhale, find your low lunge. Stay planted through that right hand. Inhale, left hand up towards the sky. You can lift that back knee, finding easy twist. Exhale, lower the left hand back down. Step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing yourself forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, walking your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat for a forward fold. Grabbing a hold of opposite elbow, maybe finding ragdoll here. On your next exhale, releasing opposite elbow. Inhale, slowly rolling up, finding yourself in Tadasana. Taking a moment here to reconnect with the belly breaths. On your next inhale, circle arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down, step the feet back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay planted through the left toes. Inhale, reach right heel up toward the sky. Exhale, step that right foot forward. Inhale, rise, high lunge. On your next inhale, reaching through those fingers. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Find your twist over towards the right. Left elbow maybe hooks that right knee, gazing towards that right shoulder. On your next exhale, open out through those arms. Inhale, rise yourself up into a high lunge twist. Find your balance and your strength here. Exhale, windmill those hands all the way open into Warrior Two, facing the left side of your mat. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, radiate back, graceful warrior. Inhale, bring that right hand to the inside of the right foot. Sweep the left hand up towards the sky. Extended side angle variation. Exhale, lower left hand down to the mat. Walk that right foot out to the edge of the mat. Lower the back knee. Find yourself in lizard's pose here. On your next exhale, extend through the right leg, breathing through that right hamstring. Finding a half split variation. Inhale, return to that lizard, tuck under the back toes. Inhale, reach the right leg back up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, lower right foot back down to the mat. Inhale, reach the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step the left foot between your hands, find high lunge on the left side. Inhale, reach through the fingers. Exhale, hands to heart center, twist over towards the left side. Hook that elbow to knee. Inhale, blossom open those arms. Exhale, rise up into the high lunge twist. On your next exhale, windmill those arms all the way around, opening the hips out towards the right side of your mat for warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, radiate back, graceful warrior. Inhale, bring that left hand to the inside of the left foot. Reach the right arm up towards the sky. Extended side angle. Exhale, lower the right hand down to the mat. Inch that left foot out 45 degrees. Lower the back knee. Find yourself in lizard. Breathing through the hip space here. On your next exhale, extend through the left leg, finding half splits. Inhale, return to lizard, tuck under the back toes. Inhale, lift the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll yourself forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, step your feet up to meet your hands, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise up, up, tall mountain. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Your big toes together and let your knees fall slightly apart. Inhale, bend through the knees. Reach your hands up to the sky, chair pose. Finding your breath. On your next exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway, flat back. Exhale, plant down through the hands, step the feet back, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Finding a still point to hold your gaze. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, begin to lean forward and lift the back leg up to warrior three, finding your balance here. Breathing into any shakes or wobbles. On your next exhale, lower your right hand down to the top right corner of the mat. Inhale, reach your left hand up towards the sky and open up your hips, finding half moon. Exhale, slowly step the left foot back, rising up into warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, radiate back, graceful warrior. Exhale, sweep those hands down to the mat. Step your feet back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot between your hands. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Finding that still point to gaze, bring your hands back down to heart center. Inhale, bring your body forward as you lift the back leg for warrior three. On your next exhale, lower the left hand down to the mat as you lift your right hand up to the sky, opening up through the hips, finding half moon. Exhale, slowly step the right foot back as you rise up into warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, radiate back, graceful warrior. Exhale, circle the arms down to the mat as you step your left foot back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands and step or hop your feet to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, bend through the knees, rise up, chair pose. Exhale, straighten through the legs. Bring the hands down to your side, Tadasana. Inhale, circle arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise back up, Tadasana. Begin to inch your feet out at a 45-degree angle on either edge of the mat. Bring your hands to heart center. Exhale, begin to bend through the knees, sinking your hips down to the mat, finding Malasana or Yogi squat here. If it feels good for you, you can plant your right hand down as you lift your left hand up to the sky, finding an open twist. On your next exhale, switch sides if you're in that open twist. On your next exhale, bringing your hands back down to heart center if they aren't already, slowly lowering your glutes down to the mat, finding yourself in butterfly pose. Inhale here. Exhale, begin to round through the spine. Think of drawing your forehead towards your feet, breathing through the backside body. On your next inhale, slowly begin to rise yourself back up. Keep your right knee bent. Extend your left leg out long, coming into half straddle pose here. Bring your right hand somewhere towards that right leg as you inhale, left hand up towards the sky. Exhale, lean over, breathing through the left side body. On your next exhale, turn your chest to face the right knee, finding a forward fold over the right leg. Maybe readjusting through the hips here. On your next inhale, slowly rise back up. Keep the left knee bent and bring that right foot to the outside of that left knee. Inhale, reach the left hand up to the sky. Exhale, find a twist over towards the right. Breathing here. On your next exhale, releasing that twist, planting your feet down onto the mat, knees up towards the sky. Rock your knees side to side to release some tension through those hips. Good. Now we'll find half straddle on the opposite side. So bringing the right sole of the foot to the inside of the left thigh. Inhale, reach your right arm up and over, breathing through the right side body. On your next exhale, pivot the chest over the left leg, breathing through that hamstring. Inhale, slowly rise up, cross that left foot to the outside of that right knee. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, twist over to the left. On your next exhale, slowly release that twist and find that knee rock side to side again. If you aren't there already, scoot yourself up towards the top of the mat, knees up towards the ceiling, extend through those hands. Exhale, slowly lower your spine down onto the mat. Hands by your hips, walk your feet up to meet your glutes. On your next inhale, begin to rise your hips up to the sky for bridge pose. You can hold here or you can interlace your hands behind your low back to open up a bit deeper through the heart space. On your next exhale, begin to release that interlace if you have it and slowly lower your hips down to the mat. Inhale, bring your knees towards your chest, arms come out to a T. Exhale, let your knees fall over to the left as you gaze over to the right for supine twist. Taking a moment to reconnect with your breath. Inhale, rise the knees up through center. Exhale, let them fall over to the right. Gaze over that left shoulder. Inhale, rise the knees back through center, and I invite you to find Supta Baddha Konasana for your Shavasana, bringing the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. But of course, if this is not comfortable, you can just extend out through those legs, finding traditional Shavasana here. I also invite you to bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly, taking a moment to reconnect with the rise and the fall through the belly and the chest. We'll be here for a few minutes, so find what's comfortable, and I'll bring you back. Slowly beginning to deepen the breath, reconnecting with the space around you. Slowly finding some movement through the hands and the feet. Bringing your knees back together if you're in Supta Baddha Konasana. Inhale, slowly finding yourself back up in an easy seated posture at the center of the mat. Taking a moment here just to notice how you feel energetically, emotionally, physically. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.